Most people have never heard of it. It's called complex PTSD. And it's different than regular PTSD in ways that completely change how it needs to be treated. Today I'm going to show you exactly what the difference is and how to know which one you're dealing with. Hi, I'm John Hawkins Jr., licensed psychotherapist and co-founder of Hawkins Counseling Center in Boynton Beach, Florida. I work with trauma survivors every week, and complex PTSD is one of the most misdiagnosed mental health issues I see. Most people have heard of PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. It typically develops after a single incident traumatic event, a car accident, a natural disaster, a physical assault, combat. The symptoms are well known. Flashbacks, nightmares, hypervigilance, feeling constantly on guard, avoiding anything that reminds you of what happened. PTSD is serious and it is treatable, but it's not the whole picture. Complex PTSD, sometimes labeled as C-PTSD, develops differently. It comes from repeated ongoing trauma, often developed over years. Childhood abuse or neglect, domestic violence, growing up in a chaotic or emotionally unsafe home, being trapped in a situation you couldn't escape. The trauma wasn't one moment. It was the environment, it was the relationship, it was every day. And because of that, complex PTSD leaves a very different kind of mark. Here's how complex PTSD differs from regular PTSD. PTSD has flashbacks to a specific event. Complex PTSD has a pervasive sense that the world is never safe. Not one memory or incident, but a nervous system that never learned what safety felt like. PTSD involves avoiding reminders of the event. Complex PTSD involves difficulty with relationships, trusting people, feeling close to anyone, believing you don't deserve love at all. Complex PTSD feels internal, like something is wrong with you. That's the cruelest part of PTSD. The trauma becomes part of your identity. I'm broken, I'm unlovable, I'm fundamentally different from everyone else. Those are not character traits, they're wounds and they can heal. Complex PTSD also includes symptoms you won't find in single incident PTSD. Difficulty regulating emotions, going from fine to flooded in seconds. Disassociation, feeling detached from yourself and your environment. Chronic shame and guilt, even when you've done nothing wrong. Loss of a sense of self, not knowing who you truly are outside of the trauma. Difficulty feeling hope about the future. If that sounds familiar to you, please keep watching. Here's why knowing the distinction matters. Complex PTSD requires a different treatment approach. Standard trauma treatment can actually overwhelm somebody with complex PTSD. Complex PTSD treatment has to start with safety and stabilization, building up the internal resources to handle what comes up, then gradually processing the underlying wounds in a safe relationship. It's slower, it's more relational, and in the right hands, it works. People recover from complex PTSD. I see it in front of me all the time. If what I've described today sounded more like your experience than anything else you've heard before, that recognition is important. Many people with complex PTSD have spent years in treatments that wasn't quite right for them. Getting the right understanding of what you're dealing with changes everything. We offer a free 15-minute consultation. The link is right below. Drop a comment. Did this describe PTSD or complex PTSD for you? We put out new videos every week. I'm John Hawkins Jr., and I'll see you next week.